What is a read-only transaction? What is a read-only transaction? It is related to undo itself. Changes are not, yeah. So basically,
Select. Only select.
Only select, that is correct there. But it is more like this read-only transaction. I will give you an example, and then we will discuss read-only transaction. So how do you start a read-only transaction? Inside the SQL plus command, you say set transaction read only. When you type this command, it will say the transaction has been set, and then after this thing, anything that you are going to select from here will act as if you are the only user in the database. Let me repeat what I just said. There would be hundreds of users in the database connecting and modifying the data. But this transaction will act as if you are the only one in the database, which means what? That means any changes that are done by any other user, I will not be able to see them. My transaction is only, read only. I will not be able to see any of those changes, even if they have committed those. Even if they have committed those. So this is an important thing. So let us say if I say select count star from table A, and I see the table has 100 rows. In the second session, I go somewhere else and I say delete from table A. I have deleted all the rows, and I also say commit in my second session. I have deleted and everything is done. Again I come back and execute the same statement. Select count star from A. What should I see if this was a normal transaction? I would see 0 rows if this was a normal transaction, because that guy has done a commit and I am starting my SQL statement, select statement after he has done a commit. So I should have seen 100 rows, but here because of this command here, I will see 100 rows. I will see 100 rows. So I am acting as if I am the only one in that database. Some other guy came in, he deleted, he modified, he did whatever he wanted, but still my data is intact to me as if I have started this thing. So where is this? This is kind of useful in certain situations, especially in some PLSQL programs. That I started my processing of payroll at certain point, and then I'm moving ahead. In that meantime, other people have come and they have done a lot of other deletes and all that stuff. So I would like to see that the data is as of 1 o'clock when I started my payroll transaction, and therefore I may set my transaction as read only. That could be one thing. Second thing. So there are business scenarios where you may require your transaction to be read only. That means you don't want to get affected by any of the changes that are done by outside people. Where else can this be used? In export. In export, when you are exporting data, let me ask you, when you are exporting data, and while you are exporting data from a huge table, some other guy comes in from a different session and he deletes 10 rows. What will be in your final exported file? Will those 10 rows that he has deleted and committed will be there in your data file? They will be there if you have started this as a read-only transaction. And therefore you should. In fact, there is in the older export utility, the newer utility is data pump. There is a consistent is equal to yes. That consistent is equal to yes means I am going to start a read-only transaction. Read-only transaction means I will get the data when I started, and any changes made after that, I am not going to be bothered about them, even if they are committed. This is the main point. So how do we start it? Set transaction read-only. Now, where is this data coming from? Even if the data is deleted and committed, where is the data coming from? It is coming from the undo. And another problem here in the read-only transaction is that if that undo is again overwritten by somebody else, because that undo is expired now, then again the read-only transactions will get an error of snapshot to old error.
By using this statement also we have the same error.
Same error. See, when would the error come? The error come that any select statement, it is going to require data to be read from some undo, and that undo is overwritten by some other guy. At that time, snapshot to old error is going to come in. So therefore, I always say undo, there is no guarantee for undo. I mean, all those things are there, the great things, but there is no guarantee if the expired things are overwritten.
Question.
Hmm?
If this set transaction read only,
Huh?
this command is after that is only session
Session specific.
session borodu
This is only for session specific. When will this finish? When the transaction finishes. When does the transaction finish usually? What is the answer? When if I start a transaction with this command or any other command, when does it finish? It will not finish until and unless we type either the commit or the rollback command. Okay. And how does the transaction start? I say an insert statement. The transaction starts because it has changed it. It has put something on undo. And then the delete statement, then the update statement. All those things are there. All those are part of one and the same transactions. All of their undo blocks are going to the same undo segment. And then when we type commit or rollback, then the transaction finishes. At that time, all the undo blocks are marked as expired. Until that point, they are not marked as expired. I think you asked me this question last time. Like, somebody did a delete. And maybe for 2 hours he did not do any activity. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. Then what happens to undo? Will that undo be overwritten? It depends. If I have done a commit, then yes, undo might have been overwritten, because the moment I say commit or rollback, then my undo blocks are going to be expired and they can be overwritten by somebody else. But if I have not done a commit or a rollback, and even if I'm there, I'm waiting for 2 hours, 3 hours, 10 hours, my undo will not be touched by anybody, because it is not expired yet. It is required for my rollback command. It is required for me to delete. So undo will not be touched unless and until I finish my transaction.
Even if it is not guaranteed, it won't be touched?
No. It's guaranteed is, what is guaranteed is the expiration there. Okay, after the expiration, the guarantee starts. Okay, so this for 900 seconds, that doesn't mean that my undo will be kept for 900 seconds. That is after the expiration. So I delete a row at 1 o'clock. And I don't do anything till like 5 o'clock. Okay, my undo retention is set to only 100 seconds. That 100 seconds has nothing to do with my 4 hours of period, because my undo is not expired yet.
It's not committed.
It is not committed, it is not rollback, so it is not expired yet. When I say commit, it may be after 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 10 hours, literally for 2 days. It will be saved, nobody will touch it. And then after it is expired, for 900 seconds, nobody will overwrite on it, because my undo retention is 900. Will that be guaranteed? No, again it is not guaranteed unless and until we set it to be in such a way. But there is no guarantee also. So expiration, after the expiration, this undo retention period starts. Not before that.
Retention is in seconds.
It is in seconds. Yeah. Undo retention initialization parameter is in seconds.
So then what does guarantee make a difference? How does it make a difference?
Guarantee means for those 900 seconds, nobody else will override that. That is the guarantee for 900 seconds after the expiration. Because there is no guarantee. As I said, even though my undo retention is 900, there is no guarantee that nobody will overwrite on that. Because if other transaction requires some more undo space, it may overwrite on that. So guarantee is for 900 seconds, nobody will overwrite on that. That is what undo guarantee is. So we'll see how to set up that undo guarantee a little later. But that is the most important thing. So this was the discussion for the read-only transaction. Usually heavily used for exports and all that. Okay, we'll go to now.